Today we're going to talk about the state standards. We've had questions about the new testing that's coming into play next month, and so I want to explain a little bit of the history. 2 years ago, Arizona, along with 45 other states, adopted the Common Core standards, a new set of standards. And last year we had a grace period where we were teaching to those standards but still being tested by AIMS, which is the original Arizona standards. This year we're finally caught up, and we will be using a new test, the AZ Merit Test, that now aligns with the Common Core standards. The AZ Merit Test has some differences from the AIMS. First of all, and most notably, 3rd, 4th, and 5th will all have a writing section to their test. Under the previous AIMS test, only 5th grade did this. So there will be at least 3 days of testing for all 3 grades. They will do a writing test, 2 parts of a math test, and 2 parts of an English language arts test. In addition, 4th grade will continue to do the science test. That one will still align with the traditional AIMS standards. We will be doing this testing at Trivium on April 13th through the 16th. You'll be hearing more from our academy about the testing and what to expect in that week. What are the roles within our academy's administration? This was actually a question that was asked through our Gmail account, TriviumAskTheHeadmaster@gmail.com. The question was really about what are the roles of the headmaster versus the assistant headmaster and deans. Now the headmaster is somewhat obvious, but to just make the point clear that the headmaster oversees all aspects of the school, the social, the academic, the fiscal, and the actual physical property. The assistant headmaster, hate to be obvious, actually assists the headmaster in this. Now what this looks like is unique to each campus. It's very similar to what a teacher and assistant teacher's relationship might be. Depends on the strengths. So traditionally, the assistant headmaster is just another point of contact with any concerns that you may have about the school. Sometimes the assistant headmaster plays other roles. One of those other roles is actually a dean. We generally have 2 types of deans. There's the academic dean, who plays this role, is generally watching over the academic progress of students. They're meeting with teachers and parents if there is some concern. They're also assisting teachers with grading and evaluation questions. Now at Trivium Prep, the academic dean is actually the assistant headmaster, Mr. Weinhold. At Archway Trivium, the academic dean is Ms. Sam Diego. There's another type of dean, generally called the Dean of Students. And this dean is one who oversees the general social life of the students at school. This includes discipline, uniform compliance, and just other social things that might be planned during the day. At Prep, there are 2 Dean of Students, Matt Ogle and Bo Fazer. At Archway Trivium, Margaret Carroll, our assistant headmaster, is the Dean of Students. The third and final question is about homework. There's a lot of reasons why people give homework or think we give homework. What's important to remember is homework really depends on what stage, what age is your child. In the early elementary, homework is about practice. I can remember what this phonogram says. As they get to upper elementary, they're going to continue to practice, but now we're going to start asking more of them. Asking them to actually think and analyze a history reading or a literature paragraph. What do they think is happening? Why do they think that's true? And certainly this process continues as they move into middle school and into the high school. Now there's going to be more of an emphasis on prepare, because we're going to have a conversation tomorrow about utopia. And you need to read it and understand it and be ready to make an argument. or again, that application, which you're going to see a lot more in the math and science. We can talk about the concept. Now, can you apply it independently? A common complaint that I hear at the archway level is that we don't assign enough homework. I think sometimes this comes from a misconception that lots of homework means we have a rigorous curriculum. I would like to counter that with the fact that we have a rigorous curriculum because we pursue great ideas, scientific proofs, mathematical ideas, moral truths, and literature, and that we are working intentionally each and every moment in the classroom. If you step into, say, a second grade classroom, you're not going to see students engaged in lots of times with crafts or computer games or drawing. They're reading, they're writing, they're discussing, they're solving. So it's rigorous because we work hard every moment in the day, and we're pursuing great things. At prep, probably the most common complaint is there's too much homework. And this is understandable as well. But again, the homework we assign is intentional. It's purposeful. We don't assign it to prove that we have a rigorous curriculum. At the prep level, students are more mature. They're independent writers, readers, and they're studying 6 or more topics in a day. Each of those subjects, whether it be Spanish, geometry, or the humane letters, history, writing, literature, philosophy, they all demand time. And so students are doing more reading, they're doing more writing. It's really ultimately about the student learning and owning it for themselves. We never want a student to just memorize and repeat. We want them to learn and own that idea for as long as they live, to build those lifelong learners. Look forward to next week. Headmaster Washburn will be doing the top 3 and 3 with a special guest.